Okay, so this is our 1955 Chevy 2-ton truck, and I'm going to be explaining the suspension. I'm going to start off by explaining the suspension components. So, at the front, it's a solid front axle, and it's on leaf springs, which are made up of multiple leaves, which flex, and then it has a shackle at one end, and then a fixed point at the other, and then it moves on the shackle too. So that's what gives you your suspension. This actually didn't come with shocks on it, but pretty much all modern vehicles now will come with shock absorbers as well. So, and also at the back we have the leaf sprung suspension. So as you can see, so here's the fixed point at the front. So here's the leaves. These are overload leaves. So when you have the bed loaded up, the leaves will be resting on this, and then it will keep it from sagging down too much. It will give it some extra spring tension. And so here's the shackle at the back. Here's the shackle at the back that it pivots on. So it comes back like that, and yeah, the rear end does not have shocks either. So we also, for the braking system, it has drum brakes. So as you can see in here, most modern vehicles have disc brakes with a caliper, which will clamp onto the disc, but this has drum brakes, which have pads inside of the drum that when you press the brake pedal, they spring out like that, and then the inside of the drum is what stops you, so it's the pads against the inside of the drum. And it is vacuum assisted. It is a vacuum assist braking, which makes it a lot easier to press the pedal and puts more pressure on, like, with less effort. So yeah, that runs off of vacuum off of the engine down to the booster, which is the master cylinder. So it's a single bowl master cylinder, which means one bowl that holds all the brake fluid for all the brakes, which can be dangerous, because if something goes wrong on one of the brakes or the brake lines, then you lose all of your fluid, and then without fluid, then you won't have any pressure to apply the brakes, and then you won't be able to stop. So like on our Mustang, we did a dual bowl conversion, which it's just a longer version of the master cylinder, and it's split into two parts. There's the front brakes and the back brakes. So if line breaks on the back brakes, then you'll still have front brakes and you'll be able to stop. Like you'll know that something's wrong because it'll probably nosedive or something, and it won't stop nearly as well because it's just the front brakes. And if the front brakes fail, then you'll just have back brakes, so it's a lot safer because you don't lose all your braking. So yeah, then also for the tires on this, we need new tires obviously, but these are 20-inch rims with, so this is how they do the specs on these. So it's 20-inch, that's the rim size, and then 8.25 is, I'm pretty sure is that up and down size? Or is that width on these tires? Is it width? Okay, so it's width on these tires. Most modern tires now will go by millimeters. So like say, if you have a tire that's 275, 70 18s, so that would be 275 millimeters is the width of your tread, and then 70% of that is the tallness of your tire, like how tall your tire is, and then the 17 is the rim size, so that'd be 17. So yeah, there's plenty of different ways to do it. There's also for more off-road tires, they have they'll just go by how tall the tire is off the ground. So say a 35-inch tire, and then it'll say 35 by say 12.5, and then that's 12.5 wide. And then I'll say the rim size again, so say 15. And yeah, that's pretty much so there's suspension. And we also have, well, that was tires. Then we also have steering. So for the steering components, we have the steering column and the steering wheel. Then through the steering column, there's a rod that goes into the steering box, which gives you your steering ratios and makes it so there's different ratio steering boxes, which will make it turn faster or slower with more or less movement of the steering wheel. And then we have the tie rods. So the tie rod ends will, or the tie rod goes across from the each side of the back of the wheel at the knuckle, basically, on this application, because it's a solid axle. So then the tie rod pushes and pulls either way, and that's what steers it. It comes down from, there's a rod that goes down to the tie rod, and then that's what steers you. So then we also, that's how they do their wheel alignment, is they adjust the tie rod ends, and that'll give you the toe in and toe out of your vehicle. So then that'll make it so, like, if you're really way too towed in, then your vehicle will be all darting all over the place. And if you're too towed out, like different things, it can wear out your tires a lot faster on the front too. And on modern vehicles, you can also do they have camber angle adjustments, which is basically like how far the wheels go in and where it rides on the tire. And then there's also caster angle, which can be adjusted on some vehicles, and that's where if the wheels are right here, that's how push forward or push back they are, so that will also affect your handling. So that's all stuff that you take into consideration when you're doing a wheel alignment. And yeah, most of the time you just take it to a shop because they have the special tools for that. They put on each wheel, it calculates all the different angles for you. And yeah, so that's most of the stuff that I've covered here on the Chevy, and there'll be more to come soon. Thanks.